And we're going to open up a new one. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and leave the background as transparent, but you can pick different things. They have one where it's just white, and then, that's up to you. Um, I'm going to make it a cube this time. I'm going to make it a square. I'm going to go 15 by 15. Now, I might end up adjusting this when I get in there, but let's go with that for right now. So we've got ourselves a little square because I thought it might be kind of interesting to arrange my hot sauce picture with a horizontal picture at the bottom and then two verticals at the top. Now, again, you want to play around with this. You want to think about it. You want to go through your photographs. So you want to find the ones that you think will best all fit together and be creative with the way that you're arranging it. You might do them all vertical, or you might have like more of a square format. If we were in class, we would be matting these pictures and we'd be matting these windows and arranging our photographs that way. Outside of class, digitally, we can do the same thing. Same as before, I want to add a new blank layer. And by the way, if you didn't know, when you see this checkerboard pattern, that stands for transparency in Photoshop. Okay, and so right now there's nothing there. Now, if I save it as a JPEG, it's gonna default it to white. But if I save it as a GIF or GIF or however you want to pronounce that, I don't know. I say GIF. Or no, actually, no. I usually say GIF, whatever. It'll actually keep the transparency. So sometimes in certain web applications, that might be good. And I want to go ahead and paint my layer so that it's black. And then let's open up those pictures of hot sauce. I actually would love some hot sauce right now. And I have my bottom photograph. And like I said, I had already gone through the hundreds of photographs that I've taken of hot sauce. And I picked out 3 that I thought would fit together pretty well. That could be a hard decision to make, you know? You just want to go through and really think about what you think looks good together. And I'm going to go ahead and select this using that rectangle selector. And we'll copy it. And we'll paste it. And then I want to resize this because I don't want it quite. Actually, maybe I do want it that big. No. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Hold shift. We'll reduce the size just a bit. Well, looks pretty good to me. Somewhere in there. And I can see already that we are going to need to adjust this a bit. I'm going to need to add some more space so I can fit my other photographs. So let me go into canvas size. And this time, I think I want to go with a 20-inch height. And you can adjust where that happens. So I just changed my anchor to the bottom. So now, instead of adding it equally on both sides, I'm adding it at the top only. I'm going to go back to my black background layer and I'm going to paint that. That way it's all filled in and nice. We'll go back to our photo and close this because I don't want to overload my computer or my network. And we're going to open up a new picture. Let's open up hot sauce left. Kind of like this little close up. There it is. That could be a little bit darker. Let me go into curves. I'm going to darken my dark values. It looks a little bright to me. Not that much. Yeah, there you go. And then we're going to go ahead and select it just like before. And we'll copy it. And we'll paste it. All right. Need to make this smaller. Hold shift. I don't think that gives me enough room. Shrink it a little more. A little more. Yeah. That. That looks about right. We can always readjust it later. Okay, so there's my hot sauce. Let me close this one, and I do not want to save that. And let's open up our last one. Hot sauce right. Oh, no, that's bolts. That's bolts. That wouldn't make any sense. Hot sauce right. Ah, I love this one. I like the condensation there on the bottle. Okay, that looks like it could be a little darker to me too. Let me just adjust that. That'll do it. And we'll select it, copy it, and paste it. And then let me go ahead and close this one. And yes, I do want to close it. Okay, got to change the size of it just so I can see it better. I'm going to move that layer up so now it's on top. I don't know if you knew you could do that, but you can change the arrangement and how they're interacting with each other. And then we're going to transform it again. Oh, wait, nope, I'm in the wrong thing. We're going to transform it in here again. Under Edit, I'm going to hold Shift and shrink it. And then let me put it up here next to it so I can kind of visualize how it's looking. I need to go a little smaller. I think I'm going to need to shrink the other one. That looks like it's pretty well lined up. But now my other hot sauce bottle needs to be shrunk. I want to make sure I've got like a nice border between them. And I think I'm going to have to adjust this one now. Sorry, this is taking a bit, but you know what? You're going to go through the same thing. Just the reality of positioning things and editing things and adjusting things. Yep, that's it. That looks good. Now, you might notice that I've got a bit of space here at the top. So let me first fit this on screen so I can see it all at one time. There it is. And then let's go ahead and crop it in a little bit tighter here. That's the crop tool, if you didn't know. Two L's intersecting. And we'll say, okay. Wow, look at that. It's a nice arrangement. Good leading lines here too. Always be thoughtful about the positioning of your subjects. And like I'd said before, you want there to be like a good visual flow. You want to keep the eye in the composition. You want to use lines and the positioning of things to balance your composition. Unless you're trying to tell a story with it, and that could shift things a bit because you want to make sure you're arranging it to make sense or be logical with the story that you're telling. Okay, so let's go ahead and save it, and we are done. Okay, computer, you can do this. I believe in you. Oh, wow, look at that. That's a big file, 101 megabytes. Oof, that's why I was taking a bit. Yeah, and like I was saying, I was closing those files because these images do tend to be large and you don't want to overrun your network and you don't want to crash your browser. And let's go ahead and save it as a JPEG. That will flatten it. When you save as a JPEG, it'll no longer have all that extra information in it. You'll also notice it'll be a much smaller file. And there it is. Yay, not bad. And this is what you can send to me. And I think it's a great practice to know how to do this. And something that, you know what, you'll probably use beyond this class. I mean, especially if you continue in photo. But just having the knowledge of how to arrange things and work with canvases and work with your photos, I think is really important. Okay, well, you all have a great day. And hopefully this made sense to you.